What's up, Hyperdrivers? Last year I made a video called my top 5 lightsaber companies that I buy from, with an emphasis on that I buy from. And what I did was I provided you guys with the top 5 lightsaber companies that I buy from, giving you my experiences with the lightsabers as well as my experience with the companies. Now, since this channel is not solely a lightsaber channel, I leaned on you guys, the viewers, to leave comments below and let me know, what companies you guys buy from and how your experiences were with them, so that I can get some ideas of different companies to pick up my lightsabers from in 2022 and provide you guys with unboxings and reviews for them. And it helped out a lot. It's because this year I have 10 lightsaber companies that I'm going to be talking about. Now, even though I said in the title that these are companies that I buy from, and I even said it in the video, there still were commenters that wanted to bark at me and let me know that I didn't include their favorite company on the list. So this year I wanted to do something a little bit different than I did last year, and instead of just including the top 5 that I buy from, I also went ahead and picked the ones that I have either borrowed a lightsaber from and spent more time than just a week with, or companies that I have purchased from in the past that I'm no longer using. I still feel that for me to give you guys an honest opinion about what I feel is good to buy out there and what companies are reputable, I need to buy it from them and I need to own it for more than just a week. So what you will not see on this list is Vader's Vault. You won't see MB Sabers. And it's not that I don't like Vader's Vault. I've gone to cons, I've seen their lightsabers in hand. They do look really, really awesome. I just have never purchased from them. It's because I just feel for what I get from them, the price point is just not something I'm willing to spend. And then MB Sabers is just, way out there, astronomical prices for their lightsabers. But before I get to my list, I want to give a shout out to 2 different companies that I think are absolutely worth checking out. Now, neither one of these companies are sponsoring this video. They don't sponsor my channel. These are just people that I've used in the past and I feel that they're really good. If you want to get a lightsaber custom installed, that means that you got an empty hilt and you want to get something really dope installed into your lightsaber, I highly recommend checking out Solo Sabers. Jeremy does incredible work, and every day I see a new post from him that it just blows me away with what he's done, and sometimes even tops what he did last time. So I really enjoy seeing his posts. It is a little expensive to use his work. It's because, again, it's customized, it's unique, but I feel like it's a great price point. He works very quick and he has really good customer service. So definitely check him out. And then I also want to give a shout out to Kyberphonics. It's because these are the guys I get all my sound fonts from. The sound fonts that they provide are fantastic. The price points are good and they're really easy to install on the card. So if you guys want to get some really cool sound fonts for your lightsabers and you want to make it unique, definitely check out Kyberphonics. I'm going to leave links to both these guys in the description below. All right, let's get to it. First on my list is Ultra Sabers. So Ultra Sabers is a company that I used to use and I no longer use them. I'm not a fan of their lightsabers anymore. To me, buying from them is akin to me taking my kids to Disney and they want to buy the very first toy that they see when they first get there. It's often not their favorite by the end of the day, and it's cheap and not, really good in my opinion. Most of their hilts look very similar. I actually have 3 of them and almost all of them look something like this. Have either the same emitter or maybe a little bit longer. Some are silver, some are black, but generally they have this kind of style to them. In my experience with them, their customer service is extremely poor. It takes forever to get a response back from them. I purchased one from them that actually had sound included and it broke within the year. So it won't even turn on anymore. That's how bad that one is. So it's not a good saber in my opinion. Now, what I do think these lightsabers are good for is if you buy the real cheap ones, like this one here is like $70 and it doesn't make any sounds, but it does light up if you want to have a little bit of light up. But if you buy one of these inexpensive ones like this, they make really good options for practicing lightsaber twirls and choreography because I'm not worried about dropping them. I am trying to learn how to do some of those lightsaber twirls for the video, so having one of these does work out in that sense. So like I said, I don't worry about dropping this lightsaber because it's so inexpensive that I could just pick up another one if I wanted to. So in my opinion, if you're buying the lightsaber for that, then it works. But if you're trying to buy something that's really awesome and really nice, I would stay away from Ultra Sabers in my opinion. Next on my list is the Disney Legacy Lightsabers. Now, these are an entry point into the Replica Lightsaber hilts. They make lightsabers that look just like the ones from the movies. So like this one here is the Qui-Gon Jinn that I just recently unboxed. All right, so the lightsabers they look like the replica hilts. They're generally very heavy. They're very thick lightsabers. So, keep that in mind. Their electronics that they come with are not the best. They don't have a lot of options to them. You know, they ignite. They have kind of a somewhat realistic ignition and deignition. They have kind of like a step that happens. You can get Saber Clash. As far as your smooth swing, it's almost not there. It's like they got one sound font and it sometimes is delayed when it goes into the swing. So if you're getting it for the special effects that it does, they're a step up, you know, from like getting a kid's lightsaber, but I wouldn't call them as being like super great. Now the price point on these sabers is a nice price point. They start at about $159, $160. And then, you know, if you add in the blade, you're probably looking at about $200 out the door for a lightsaber like this. They come with cases, you know, like this one does. Some of them actually come with the blade and a stand and the whole thing, so you can get it that way. Now, one thing I do say about the Disney lightsabers is that Disney understands the collectability of these lightsabers, right? They're often discontinued and you can't find them anymore, which brings the value up on these lightsabers, and that's the reason why they're sought after. They also come in these really awesome sound boxes lately, where they play music when it opens up, and you come with a couple of lightsabers inside them, and those are highly limited and really sought after when you do get them, if you can find them. Also extremely hard to get, and because of that, they stay in demand. So for that reason, if you can pick up one of these sabers at like retail, I feel like it's a good lightsaber to buy. I don't want to say for investment, because I really hate saying buy collectibles for investment. Buy it because you like it, but if you do buy one, there's a good chance that it could hold its value or possibly even go up. All right, and next on my list is the Hasbro Force Effects Elite lightsabers. This is the Darth Revan lightsaber that I have right here. Really cool. Now, these lightsabers, again, a good starting point for a replica hilt. They make replica lightsabers that look like the ones from the movies and in the video games. Their price point, though, lately has led me to stop buying them. It's because they're getting really close now to the price point of like an LGT lightsaber. And let's just face it, the LGT lightsabers are a little bit more accurate than them. They come with a ton of more effects, and you're only paying like maybe $100 more. So it's very difficult for me to sit there and want to buy one of these when you can get something like that, and it's a lot better. Now, these start at a price point of like about $268 upwards from there. They do come with a lot of different stuff, though. Different lightsabers come with different options, but they do come with a lot of different effects. Like you can get this thing with the somewhat realistic ignition and deignition, kind of like what you get with Disney, but you can also get blade clash, blade lockup. You can get blade melt with some of these lightsabers. You can remove the kyber crystal like you can on this one. You can change colors like you can on this one, which is really nice. They come with display stands. Some of them come with even belt clips. So you have a lot of cool things that you get for the $278 price point when you pick up a Hasbro lightsaber. Now, what I don't like about them is that they often just re-release the hilt. So like this one right here, it was sold out for a while, you know, and then they brought it right back. So I just don't like when companies do that. I feel like it's greedy. But other than that, if you want a good starting lightsaber that's pretty easy to pick up, these are much easier to pick up than say like a Disney lightsaber, Hasbro's your bet. And next on my list are the LGT and TXQ lightsabers. Now these lightsabers get a bad rap, and I really don't know why. It's because they do have a lot of awesome features for the price point. You can pretty much get these things anywhere these days. I mean, you can get them at Imperial Workshop, End Sabers, Saber Forms, Saber Forge, Art Sabers. There's just a lot of different companies that sell these lightsabers, and they have little different options, but depending on where you go. So my best advice to you is to shop around the different companies and see what works out best for you. Now, if you decide to go with End Sabers, I have a code for them. So if you decide to buy one from them, use the code MedinaLorian at checkout, and that'll get you an extra 7% off your purchase. Now, these lightsabers, like I said, are really awesome for the price point. They start around $300 and they work their way up from there. You can get features like the RGB baselit, you can get Xenopixel Profi board, you can get the SN Pixel lightsabers. So you can get like some realistic looking effects like realistic light up, realistic deignition, smooth swing, blade clash, blade lockup. In the case of this one here that came with the Profi board, you can take and add in your own sound fonts and everything. So there's a lot of neat stuff that you get when you pick up one of these sabers, and they are much more accurate than buying a Disney or a Hasbro lightsaber. So that's why this has been my go-to, and in my opinion anyway, I feel like it's a good value for the price point. Now, next up is Saber Trio. Now, Saber Trio is one of these companies that the commenters on my last video went bananas on. I was like, man, they got a huge fan base, and they were definitely adamant about telling me why I didn't include them in the last video. And that's because I've never seen a Saber Trio lightsaber in person. That's the reason why I never included them in that video. But Thankfully this year, my buddy Ralph, he had one. He just picked up one actually shortly after I did that video, and he let me borrow it for a couple weeks so that I could play around with it. Let me tell you guys, I understand why you guys attacked me about it. It is a fantastic lightsaber. Now, Saber Trio is a company that makes a unique designed hilt, so it's not a replica hilt, but they are inspired by the replica hilt. So they have some similarities to, like, say, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or my favorite right now is the Senza, which actually looks a lot like the Cal Kestis lightsaber. And you can get a fully customized experience with them, which is what I like the most. You get a personalized lightsaber. You can have them, you know, do custom etching. You have OLED displays. You can put Xenopixel Profi board. You have all kinds of sound fonts that are included with it. Some nice weathering that they can add to the lightsaber. It comes with a blade. So you get a lot of cool stuff for the price point with that lightsaber. Now, the caveat with them is that they seem to never have anything in stock. I've spent the entire year since I saw Ralph's lightsaber trying to hunt a lightsaber from them, from their website. I kept going to their website trying to see if they had one available. And the only day that they would release them to be available has to be Black Friday, right? Such bad timing, especially with the holidays. Buying a $700 plus lightsaber was definitely not in my bucket to buy at that point. But, you know, that's when they became available. So this is a company that really only releases like once a year. And let me tell you, lots of lightsabers sold out that day when I went to their website. I was just sad to see how fast the Senza went. So anyway, I think the Saber Trio is a great company, definitely worth checking out if you haven't done so already. I made sure to leave links to all of these different lightsaber companies below, but definitely check out Saber Trio. All right, and then we have Saber Forge. Now, this is my only Saber Forge lightsaber, even though I really do like the company. I think the Saber Forge lightsabers are fantastic and probably my best option for a customized lightsaber, something that looks unique. All right, what I love about Saber Forge is that they not only make a really nice designed lightsaber that you can buy, and there's a ton of them, as well as LGT and TXQ lightsabers that are available to ship like in like 3 weeks, but you can also get the parts, and then you can take and assemble a lightsaber that's unique to yourself and maybe send it off to Solo Sabers for them to do the full install, or you can have Saber Forge do the install for you. Now, I think that is what I love best about Saber Forge, is that you can take and make a very unique customized lightsaber and they look really cool. This is a really dope lightsaber. It's nice in my hand, a very comfortable lightsaber to hold. I think they do a great job in that aspect. Now, if you decide to take and buy a lightsaber from them, it takes an extremely long time to get a lightsaber from them. Now, I'm not talking about the LGT and TXQs. Those that they have there seem to be available within like 3 weeks, and people are saying they get their lightsabers fast. But if you decide to get something that's fully installed by them, it does take a very long time to get it. And if you contact them, it takes a while for them to respond as well. So customer service there is, you know, kind of not the best. My opinion is that if you decide to go this route, buy it empty and contact Jeremy and send it off to him to have him install it. Because then you'll get the best experience, in my opinion, and you'll get the quickest response where you can get it back the fastest. All right, and then for the absolute best replica hilts, my favorites are Roman props, KR Sabers, and Master Replicas. Now, none of these lightsabers come installed. In the case of Master Replicas, you can't even get it installed, but you can get these empty and you can have them installed later. In the case of Roman props, they're your best bet for like a Kenobi lightsaber or a Darth Vader or a Skywalker lightsaber. They do a really, really nice design. They're hefty in your hand. They feel like the real thing. And they spent time analyzing the different parts to make it look as authentic as possible. I know mine's missing the button right here, but I took that off. I've been trying to, you know, work on getting this one installed just because I love the A New Hope version of Kenobi's hilt. So this is by far my favorite lightsaber ever. So yeah. And then this is the KR Saber. Now KR Sabers has lightsabers from every different, you know, users. Right now on their website they have the Obi-Wan Kenobis from episode 1, episode 2. And I think they got the Count Dooku. You got the Skywalker. You know, you have a whole bunch of different lightsabers that you could buy from. All of them look really good. All of them are accurate in size. You know, so, and again, they come empty, or you can actually get those with the lightsaber chassis, sometimes with a metal chassis and the ability to have the spinning crystal and the whole nine. And then you can send that off again to Solo Sabers for them to install it all and make it look, you know, beautiful at the end of the day. But yeah, these are really cool. Now, in the case of Master Replicas, you know, it has the pedigree, right? It's made from the lineage of the original lightsabers that were used in the film, so they're as accurate as you could possibly get them. They come with really awesome displays, and, you know, of course, some of them come with autographs, which is very highly sought after. they're out of business. So their lightsabers are super expensive on the second market. You know, it's just something that is very difficult to afford, to attain. You know, it's one of those like things that I hope to get someday in my life. But right now I don't have them anymore. I used to actually own 2 of them back in the day. Now it's just impossible to get them back. But yeah, those are my 3 favorite if you just want to get a replica hilt that's not installed. All right, and then finally, my absolute favorite if I'm going for a replica installed lightsaber hilt is Corbanth. Now, Corbanth has delivered 4 of my favorite lightsabers this year. I really do like this company. They do great work. So you get these lightsabers like this. This is the Mace Windu lightsaber. Just check out the details on this one. It's super beautiful, super accurate. And this is what I like about them. They do work with KR sabers, so sometimes you can get a saber from them just like you can get from KR, but you get these, you know, fully installed. This one here has an actual crystal reveal, which is super neat. I'll leave a link for the video on that up here, so if you guys wanted to see the video on this one here has a chassis built in. Also, you can actually get this one with a crystal reveal too, although this one isn't. And this is your Kenobi saber. And then of course I have the dark saber that I got as well. And super nice, very hefty in your hand. They feel like the real thing, all metal designs, which I like about them. So definitely a great lightsaber. They are expensive. You know, they are an expensive lightsaber. I'm not gonna lie about that. Can't even get around that. These lightsabers start in like the range of like $700 to $800 and work their way up to like $1,500 depending on what you get. But the features that you get with it, like having the crystal reveal, having a spinning lightsaber or a spinning crystal chamber, having an OLED display, and you know, and having an accurate looking lightsaber to the film, it's pretty on par with the price point. I think it's a good price point for what it is. One thing I will say about this company is, and it has happened to me, and I've talked to other people, and it's happened to them as well. Sometimes they trip on the finish line, and it happens with a lot of different companies, right? Mistakes happen. I got this lightsaber with the grips actually installed wrong, but I contacted them, and they're very quick on customer response time. He was sent out some new grips for me, and I had to remove them and, you know, put them in the right place. But most of the time, I've also had great experiences. Like this lightsaber right here was fantastic right out of the box, you know? So was this one. Super fantastic right out of the box. But all that being said, I still feel that Corbanth is my favorite when it comes to having a replica, fully installed lightsaber with a Profi board and all of the bells and whistles. All right, and that's it. That wraps up my top 10 lightsaber companies that I buy lightsabers from in 2022. I'm gonna do another list in 2023. Please let me know in the comments below any lightsaber companies that I may have missed that I should be checking out. If there's a lightsaber company that I should stay away from, also put that in the comments below as well. That helps me out, that helps the community out, because everybody reads the comments. So please feel free to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Again, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a safe and happy holidays. And until next time, may the Force be with you.